Jermain Taylor defeats Sam Soliman with a 12-round unanimous decision to become the IBF Middleweight Champion all over again. The first half of this fight I thought was pretty close and competitive. You could have had it either way for either man after 6 or 7 rounds. Literally, it was that close. Soliman was doing what he normally does, fighting very, very awkward, unorthodox, unpredictable. And Jermain Taylor was having issues, I thought, with Soliman's style and what he was doing. But like I say, the rounds were close and they were open to interpretation. You could have had either guy up. But then there was the turning point in the fight, which I believe came in the 7th or 8th round, where Soliman appeared to injure one of his legs. Now, Soliman is a guy who has terrible balance. I mean, some of the worst balance I've ever seen on a fighter. Literally, the only guy who I can think of in boxing right now who's got worse balance than Sam Soliman, at least at the upper levels of boxing. The only guy who's got worse balance is maybe Sakio Bika. Other than that, Sam Soliman is just got absolutely horrendous balance. And when he injured his leg, it threw his balance off even more. So he started getting dropped then. The shots were not hurting Sam Soliman. He wasn't hurt at all in this fight. In fact, neither guy was hurt in this fight. But Sam Soliman kept getting knocked off balance by jabs and really innocuous looking punches because his back leg, his right leg, kept giving out. And he was knocked down multiple times by Jermain Taylor. And Taylor seemed, to me, the look on Taylor's face was just a look of complete puzzlement and bafflement. Like, he just looked perplexed the whole fight. Even when Soliman, in fact, especially when Soliman kept going down, Jermain Taylor must have been thinking, I didn't even hit this guy. Because there was a few times when Soliman went down without even being hit. He just threw himself off balance and Taylor happened to be throwing a punch at the same time, but a punch missed or just grazed Soliman and he went down. So, yeah, it was a bizarre fight. It was a bizarre circumstances, really. I mean, Sam Soliman being the IBF Middleweight Champion, that's bizarre enough. And then Jermain Taylor getting a shot after all he's been through and all the losses that he suffered without really fighting any viable contenders to get that shot. It was a bizarre situation going into the fight, and it was a bizarre fight itself. But in the end, that leg injury really cost Soliman. Yeah, you can say Jermain Taylor was doing certain things in there as well, which helped him. It wasn't just all about the leg injury for Soliman, but I felt the fight stopped being competitive at the point when Soliman got injured. Before that, it was actually competitive. So, yeah, there you have it, man. Jermain Taylor, he swept the last 5 or 6 rounds of the fight easily with multiple knockdowns and all that kind of stuff. So, on the cards, you can't really argue with the result. And he's now a player in the middleweight division again. Who would have thought it, man? After all these people, after all these years and most people saying that they think he should quit. Remember, he had a brain bleed after the Arthur Abraham fight. So he's now back in the mix at middleweight. And, you know, there's potential fights for him there, I guess, against people like maybe Peter Quillin, Danny Jacobs, them kind of guys. And definitely not Gennady Golovkin. You don't want to see Jermain Taylor get hurt. So drop your comments below. Let me know how you felt about the fight, what you felt about it, and where you think Jermain Taylor should go from here. And as usual with our Heyman fighters, Jermain Taylor thanked God and he thanked Al Heyman. But at least he thanked God first rather than Al Heyman. And he said he'll fight whoever Heyman puts him in with. That's what he said. That's who he's going to fight next. So let me know who you think that should be. This is Satman. I'm out.